when your spouse dies suddenly. When your spouse dies suddenly, it can almost feel as if it's a dream. That's like the first phase. You feel like it's a dream. And then as time elapses, you begin to feel like your spouse, your relationship, your marriage was simply a figment of your imagination. It's almost like, did this person really exist, or did I make it up in my head? Were they really here, or is it just something I made up in my head? Like the super sweet guy who had the purest heart, who just wanted to make me happy, who would do anything for people who he cared about, who gave me these two beautiful babies. Was that a figment of my imagination? Did I make him up? Did he exist? Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. Like, death will take your mind through so many twists and turns, and it's cruel. It's baffling. Like, it's just weird, like the things that your mind goes through as a result of sudden unexpected death. When your spouse dies, it really has you thinking, like, am I going crazy? Like, did he exist? Did we have that time together? Was it my imagination? And the thing about time is, and I used to tell my spouse this, my late spouse, this all the time. I used to tell him that time is just an illusion, like time is not real. And he would like look at me like, oh God, here she goes again on this whole spiritual rant and like tangent. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, his spirit has been released from his body, so he knows exactly what I mean now about time is an illusion, because there's no time in the spirit, in the spiritual world. And the spiritual world is a lot more real than the natural world. But just trying to process in my human mind, that I had a husband, I was married, we had these beautiful babies, we had this life together. He did everything at the end of the day to make sure that me and my girls were straight, like, even no matter what we went through. Because when you're in a marriage, like, you're gonna go through ups, you're gonna go through downs. And even in our down period, where we were beefing and he wasn't feeling me like that, I wasn't feeling him like that, even in our down period, he made sure that I had basic needs, like, what do you want to eat? Are you straight? Do you need anything? So in my mind, it's like, did I imagine that this person existed? Because they're gone suddenly. Like, I spent 10 years of my life with this person, almost married for 7 years. And then one day it's like they're suddenly gone, as if they disappeared into thin air. And it like, it does something to your mind. I can't explain it. It's like you're holding on to something, and then it kind of evaporates and disappears. It's kind of like that. I can't explain it. But I woke up this morning, and I was in my praise and worship session, and I just started thinking about my late husband and how he's no longer here. And it feels like I kind of made him up in my mind, and I just cried and I wept and I wrote and I emoted and I just thought about it. But if you're watching this video, chances are you are a widow, and you may have some of the same feelings. Like, did I imagine this person existed? Like, did I make this up in my mind the last decade of my life? Like, did it really happen, or was it like a figment of my imagination? Because just like that, it's all gone. And when I tell you death, like, it shifts your perspective like nothing else. Like, so many things that were important or that mattered or that got my attention, like, they don't get anything from me now. Because it's like, is this going to be important after I pass on to the next level? In a lot of ways, I feel like with my late husband, with death, that he actually like graduated to the next level. I was telling a girlfriend this the other night. I was like, I feel like in a lot of ways that he like graduated to the next level. But it's just weird. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's cruel. And no matter how you try to look at it and shift your perspective, it just really sucks because he's not here. And he was so young, and there's so much more life left to live. But this is just a random post about when your spouse dies suddenly. My perspective, my feelings, I guess, also a way of me like coping with my new life and my new normal and my new reality. This is Carmen Chloe of SingleMarriedWidow.com. Thanks for watching. Peace.